get out of here to the next couple of days. UConn, Texas in the Garden on Monday. That should be terrific, and you'll be there for that, right?
Yes.
So that'll be fun. Maui Invitational also starts Monday and will dominate over the next 2 days, really 3 days, I guess. Awesome field. First round games are as follows: 2:30 Eastern, Tennessee, Syracuse; 5 Eastern, Purdue, Gonzaga; 9 Eastern, Kansas, Chaminade; 11:30 Eastern, UCLA, Marquette. That's your Monday first round game. So the team's ranked number 1, that's Kansas; number 2, Purdue; number 5, Marquette; number 10, Tennessee; and number 13, Gonzaga, in my top 25 and 1, are in the Maui field. If the games go as projected, the semifinals would be number 2, Purdue versus number 10, Tennessee; number 1, Kansas versus number 5, Marquette. The title game could be number 1, Kansas versus number 2, Purdue; Hunter Dickinson versus Zach Edey. That'd be a fun way to spend a Thanksgiving Eve, wouldn't it?
I love this tournament. By the way, you just mentioned that it's even more impressive overall from official AP ranking standpoint because this has 6. You don't have UCLA ranked. It has 6 ranked teams. And so there's never been an MTE with 6 ranked teams in an 8-team field. It's the best Maui field ever. And because of that, GP, this is the best MTE field we've ever had. Like single event. PK80, PK85 are great, but those are 2 separate 8-team fields, right? So if you were to break both those out, as good as they were, we never had an MTE with the number 1 team and the number 2 team, Kansas versus Purdue there. I got a trivia time for you.
Bring it. Let's go.
Which team is the best all-time win percentage in Maui Invitational history?
UMass Lowell.
Give me a serious answer.
Oh. Best winning percentage all-time, Maui. North Carolina.
Nope. They're in the field this year.
Oh. I know it ain't Chaminade.
Nope.
They get their brains beat in a lot.
I got that record for you momentarily.
Oh, it's Gonzaga, thanks to Rui Hachimura.
It is not. Would you believe? And this is true for at least another approximately T-minus 24 hours. Syracuse is 10-0 all time in Maui. Never lost. Never lost.
Oh, buddy, that ain't gonna last much longer.
If Syracuse if Syracuse can exit this tournament, it's the only non-ranked power conference Division I school in the field. It's 6 ranked teams, Syracuse and Chaminade. If it can get out of this still without a scratch, Adrian Autry, his legacy is going to be right alongside Jim Boeheim.
That's signed into a 50-year contract.
Just like that.
It'd be a 50-year contract extension.
I tell you what, this I'm gonna have a story. I'll have 2 stories up on Monday. One, I took a tour through the past 4 decades. This is the 40th Maui Invitational. It's obviously not in Maui as a cruel irony, but because of all of the immense damage that happened in Lahaina, they had to take it off of the island of Maui. It's in Oahu, in Honolulu, and so we'll be at the University of Hawaii. One of the great things, and I called up Billis a few days ago because I quoted him. I did a top 20 games, and then I'm going to have just a column about the history and why this event is so good. So look for that stuff on Monday. And one of the things Billis said was, it just, you can feel it through the TV screen, I feel. And I was like, no, you're absolutely right. Maui's one of those events because of the confines that they normally play it in. The energy it seems to pop through. And to me, this is the unofficial start of the holiday season. Like once you see Maui daytime basketball on your TV, you can practically smell the turkey coming through, the kitchen at that point, because Thanksgiving's right around the corner. And I love this field. It is brutal. That on the 40th iteration of this one, and now for the 4th time in the past 5 times they've played this, is that right, or 3 times in the past 4? They actually haven't played it at the Lahaina Civic Center because of COVID and now because of the wildfires there. But yeah, you've got 4 teams ranked in the top 7 nationally per the AP Top 25. It's an incredible thing. I've got the records here real quick overall. Syracuse is 10-0. It plays Tennessee. Tennessee's all-time Maui record is 4-7.
Let's stop for a second. How do we get the 10-0? How do we get the 10-0?
Because the Maui Invitational, even before it was the Maui Invitational, used to be a 4-team event. So it broke down. So you haven't always played 3 games. I don't know.
Asterisk.
Okay. I'm going off of the official records on the Maui site, but Syracuse is 10-0.
If we're going to keep Barry Bonds out of the Hall of Fame, I feel like we got to talk about this.
Naturally. Okay. Just giving me no context material right there. I appreciate that. Tennessee is 4-7 in Maui. The teams have played each other 6 times in their history. They are 3-3 against each other. Purdue, Gonzaga. Gonzaga's 13-4 in Maui. Won its last time there. GP was on the site when they won.
Hey, shouldn't Purdue be playing Syracuse?
I don't make the brackets, but hey,
why don't we get to make the brackets?
They actually should. They should really outsource.
Okay, let's make the brackets right. Let's remake the brackets. Kansas, Chaminade, that's right. Purdue, Syracuse, that's right. Sure. Marquette,
UCLA.
UCLA is right, and Tennessee, Gonzaga.
Yeah, so we just flip a couple of Marquette. UCLA is already there. Yeah,
that would be. So we have to change 3 games.
I'd agree with that.
Now we got a better tournament and a more fair. More fair. Is it fairer or more fair?
More fair. Purdue is 7-3 all time in Maui. Purdue has never lost to Gonzaga. 3-0 all time. Those schools will face off on Monday. All these games, by the way, are going to be on ESPN2. It's Monday Night Football, and it's like the biggest game of the NFL regular season. So ESPN will be very much into Chiefs versus Eagles, understandably so. So all this is going to be on ESPN2. If you sort the data at Torvik right now, Gonzaga has the 3rd best offense so far this season. Purdue has the 6th best offense, and Purdue has won. This is per Chris Foreman, the great SID there. Purdue has won 27 straight regular season non-conference games going back to December of 2020. It's the longest streak of the country by 11 games. Connecticut's now won 16 in a row. That's damn impressive from Purdue. We'll see what it can do. That's game 2. Kansas's all-time record in Maui, 14-6. Trivia time. How many games in the Maui Invitational has Chaminade won? It has been involved since the very first one.
They beat. I mean, they beat Virginia famously, right?
How about this? This is one of the big misnomers in the sport. Chaminade beat Virginia. You are correct.
Right.
But it was Chaminade beating Virginia that prompted the existence of the Maui Invitational. So this will be in my column on Monday. Virginia flew out and was going to play in like a holiday thing in 1982, top-ranked team in the country, and just took a game with Chaminade as like almost an afterthought. That was in 82. It happened. It wasn't on TV. Michael Wilbon was a columnist at the Washington Post who was only there to cover Maryland's football team in a bowl game, I believe. And so it became like this, this mythical kind of thing where you didn't see it on TV. You couldn't hear it on radio. And like, it was of an age when you'd literally read an AP report or a UPI report in the newspaper. In that case, Wilbon wrote a game story. People think that the first Maui one was Virginia losing to Chaminade. It was only because Chaminade even did that, which was considered and still is considered by some the greatest upset ever, because it had Ralph Sampson, and 3-time Player of the Year, that prompted Maui to exist. So with that in mind, that does not count toward the win total.
Okay, I'm going to say Chaminade's won 3 times in the Maui Invitational.
Give it up to Chaminade, an 8-92 record. It has pulled off 8 victories. 8-92. Good for the Silver Swords, which not a D1 school, but if it was, Silver Swords.
They used to have a coach who looked like Jerry Lawler.
If you say so, man.
I did.
I got you lost me entirely on that one. Silver Swords, top 5 nickname in all of college sports, though. Love that one. Kansas has never lost to Chaminade, by the way. I am quite confident. All right, bigger upset. Chaminade beats this Kansas team or Chaminade over Virginia in 82. I still got to go 82, but I feel like it's a little bit close.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to 82, but boy, it'd be something.
Both number 1 teams, 42 years post. Last game of the night, and I love me some late night Maui tips on the East Coast.
That's because you don't have to do a 30-minute recap show at the end of the whole thing.
UCLA is 9-8 all time in Maui. Marquette 8-3. The Bruins have never lost to Marquette. They are 4-0 all time, and as GP said,
I've also never lost to Marquette.
That's true. Purdue versus Tennessee, Kansas, Marquette will be the semis if they go to plan. I don't think they will. Which brings me to let's pick this bracket here. I think we've done this a couple times in recent seasons, and it's Maui. It's by far the best. We've got more MTE stuff coming later in the week. So on our Wednesday show, a lot of this stuff is going to go in Wednesday, Thursday. Fort Myers tip-off starts, I think, Monday as well. That'll have Virginia, Wisconsin, which is a half-decent game on Monday night. But Maui is really going to be front and center, as it should be this season. Just going to be an incredible, incredible tournament here. Let's pick out these games, GP. So I'll go first. I'll say, now to track me on this, if you could, I will say Tennessee beats Syracuse. Although I am tempted to go the other way. I am tempted to put Syracuse 11-0 all time in Maui. But I will go Vols. I'll go Purdue over Gonzaga. I will go Kansas over Chaminade. And we're gonna have chalk and all on Monday. I feel like it's Maui. It's the 40th, and I feel like we're gonna have somewhere. So give me UCLA over Marquette. So I'll go UCLA to win, and then I will have I'll have Purdue over Tennessee. I'll have Kansas over UCLA. And then I know you're gonna go 1-2 as well. And then I will go Purdue over Kansas in the title game. How's this going for you?
Tennessee over Syracuse, Purdue over Gonzaga, Kansas over Chaminade, Marquette over UCLA, Kansas over Marquette, Purdue over Tennessee, Kansas over Purdue.
All right. So you in the most stacked field ever, you're gonna say it's chalk all on the winner side.
Buddy, are you going to question the man who had FAU in the top 5?
Seriously?
I don't know.
Should I get this out of the way now?
I was wrong. I'm sorry for assuming the teams that are ranked 1 and 2 in the country should be in the championship game.
Oh, I got that too, but you don't have one. You don't have. All right, let's go losers bracket. Let's have some fun. No, I get it. I just feel like we're gonna have at least a little bit something there.
You always want to have fun. That's not how I have fun, by picking underdogs. You know how I have fun?
Love getting into the nitty gritty of a Maui bracket. That's just.
I have fun. I could give you about 5 different ways I have fun, and it's not picking an underdog ever. So when you say, "Come on, you got to have some fun," I'm like, if I picked underdogs, that wouldn't even be fun for me. It's not fun for me.
Okay, then if Chaminade's getting out of here 0-3, we're thinking Syracuse is 1-2, and I guess you're gonna have UCLA. You're gonna have Mick Cronin going home 1-2.
I wouldn't do that.
Well,
that sounds crazy.
Well, who's going home? Who else is going home 1-2? Shouldn't there? It doesn't have to be 2 teams that go home 1-2 with this. Yeah.
What do I look like?
Yeah.
What do I look like? A mathematician?
Okay. Love me some Maui, man.
Tennessee can go 1-2.
I'll continue to campaign on the crime against humanity that is scheduling the championship game during the afternoon of Wednesday. Get that thing back to late night, right before Thanksgiving. What are we doing? Gosh.
It's really nice though when you're at the event and you get that thing knocked out in the middle of the day. You got your last night in Maui just to have a nice steak and look out at the ocean. That's what I did.
I know. The year you went was the first year they did it.
Oh, I enjoyed that. I remember enjoying that.
I'm sure you did.
Zion was there. Rui was there. It's a good time.